Hi everyone, Lady Amalthea here, and I have no idea if this is going to actually work or not. So in front of me, they appear to be backwards, and I'm really hoping that's not actually the case. I have the Moonchild and the Moonchild Shadow Moonchild by Danielle Noel. So if you've been to this channel before, you would know that the Moonchild is one of my favorite decks. So as an early birthday present to myself, I've picked up the Shadow Moonchild. So the boxes are almost identical in size. Mine's a little dented from whatever. They're almost identical in size. They're just, the Moon Shadow is slightly bigger. I'm not sure what edition this is. I got this in 2018, my Moonchild, but I've been so keen to lay these out side by side, and I'm really hoping this video works. I might not upload it if it doesn't. So if you've, oh god, the inside of the regular Moonchild, OG Moonchild, I don't know, has a beautiful like Egyptian collage, photo collage thing going on, and then the inside of the Shadow one, because it's quite dark, has this beautiful, I cannot work out where the camera is, bloom in light, bloom in shadow. So it's just gorgeous, and it's quite sparkly inside. Now I'm not sure if this is because the box interior is sparkly or if it's the dust from the cards. I honestly could not tell you. So the guidebooks are both quite hefty. As you can see, my guidebook for Moonchild is tagged because I have used it quite a bit, and I've marked where the major arcana begin and where the minor arcana begin. This book is amazing. I assume this book is quite similar. I haven't gone through it. This book is upside down. I haven't gone through it yet, but I can't wait to. Like, honestly, this is one of the Moonchild. I got this when I was in hospital recovering from life-changing surgery, and it was such a comfort to me. I did so many readings with it. I just absolutely adore this deck. I have pretty much, I think, all of Danielle Noel's work, all of her decks, including the one she did with Rebecca Campbell, and I just adore it. Like, I was just hooked since Moonchild. I can't remember what got me to pick it up. I got it from Two Sides Tarot, which sadly is no longer operational. I'll post the link for, and I can't even think of the store where I got it from. It's a relatively new Australian tarot retailer who are doing great things. I've been buying from them for a little while now. And you get 10% off on your first order, so that's a bit exciting. So I recommend checking out this store, and I will not remember what it is called, but I'll post the link, and then we get to the deck. So what I might do is take the cards out of the boxes. Now, I did put the Moonchild back in order, and I'm hoping that the new one's in order as well. So inside this Moonchild box, it says, "You are the dance of light and shadow." It's such a sturdy box too. And then in the inside of this one, it says, "Seek the unseen." So this one's not sparkly like that front covering is. So as you can see, the decks are side by side now, and the full is quite similar. The image is flipped, and it's got a bit more shadowing, obscuring here on the right hand side, and you can't quite see some of the imagery as well, but it's similar. But we knew this wasn't a brand new deck. It's like a re-envision kind of deck. And then the backs, so the backs are the same, just different color. Oh, here we go, the Magician. So the Magician is completely different. I really like this new Magician. I always loved this Magician in the Moonchild. I always found this deck so easy to read, but this just goddess figure is just stunning with the snake and the roses. The High Priestess, again, this is a new card. Absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. Really like regal figure. I always love the good High Priestess. And what have we got next? The Empress. Oh, the Empress is quite different too. So we had 3 figures in the original Empress, and now the new one has just the singular figure. who's quite gold and radiant. Beautiful, just beautiful. The Emperor. The Emperor's, oh, again, very, very different. I kind of like this new Emperor more, I won't lie. The Hierophant, pretty much exactly the same, just the shadowing a bit more on this. And then we've got the Lovers, identical. Would have loved a new Lovers card. Not my favourite Lovers card, won't lie. And then the Chariot. So the Chariot in the original is quite jewel tone, and this one's quite much more subdued, which you would expect for a shadow kind of one. Strength is quite different. Again, we've got the lion pictured, and the woman has similar kind of body language, but it's a completely different figure. Oh, the Hermit, again, completely different. This is quite similar to a lot of the imagery you see in Danielle Noel's Ocean Dreams deck, which I just adore. The Wheel of Fortune, pretty much the same. Again, more subdued palette. Justice, again, the same, but a more subdued palette. I have had a very quick look through this deck, the new one, the Shadow Moonchild, just to kind of have a look and see what I thought. And I did notice, yeah, quite a lot of cards are quite the same. But again, with this very subdued look. Hanged Man. Oh, Death. Kind of, I really like the subdued look in this Death card. I love this, the Moth. Oh, Temperance is completely different. Again, this is quite reminiscent of the Ocean Dreams. Is it Ocean Dreams? Is that what that deck is called? Okay, so our Devil card in the Shadow has been renamed Dark Veil. Interesting. Just wonder if there's a reasoning for that in the guidebook. Tower, again, the same, but a bit more subdued. Oh, the landscape looks slightly different, and there's more water in this, so it's like we've had a zoomed out view in here. The Star, again, same card, just more subdued palette. The Moon, I mean, I love a good Moon card, and this Moon card is just gorgeous. And I really like the subdued palette. I feel like you could read these two decks together, like shuffle them together and work with them together, and they still read quite well. So in this one, the Sun now has a face. The Sun didn't have a face in the last one. Oh, Judgment's completely different. Oh, so we've gone from quite a Egyptian Thoth, I assume that's Thoth, and more of a divine feminine kind of energy. Interesting, very interesting. The Universe, different but similar. And then, okay, so I'll just put these to the side because these are the bonus cards, so it looks like the bonus cards might be in a different spot in this deck. So we'll just pop these to the side for now. Ace of Cups, quite different yet quite similar. Definitely more suited for this deck, for the subdued nature. The Two of Cups, oh, that's beautiful. I will put a nudity warning on the video. The Two of Cups, yeah, it's very divine feminine. The Three of Cups, oh, it's completely different. Oh, I really like this Three of Cups. Three of Cups is one of my favorite cards. Four of Cups, similar, same card, different color palette. Five of Cups, oh, that's different, quite similar, but this is just beautiful. I'd forgotten how sumptuous Danielle Noel's imagery is. Six of Cups, this is very different. Seven of Cups, identical, yep, just the subdued color palette. So I wonder why some of these cards are so different and why some of them are just a subdued color palette. Eight of Cups, completely different. I love them both though, they're both stunning. Like it. Nine of Cups, very different. Ten of Cups, oh, that's beautiful. They're both such beautiful cards, but again, this is more of that jewel, that crystal rose kind of divine feminine that the Ocean Dreams has. Page of Cups, two very different cards. Knight of Cups, oh, I love this Knight of Cups. I mean, I love this Knight of Cups, but this is sumptuous. Queen of Cups, same, but we've flipped her. King of Cups, same, but we've flipped him. So, yep, and subdued him. Ace of Swords, yep, that's the same. Two of Swords, yep, that's the same. Three of Swords. This kind of makes it more dramatic, which does work for this deck, I think. Four of Swords. Oh, that's completely different. Sorry, I apologize for the dogs in the background. Five of Swords. Oh, similar kind of model, but different imagery. What's up, puppy? Six of Swords. It's all right, darling. I feel like it's a much more watery deck, this Shadow Moonchild. Seven of Swords. Oh, there's something about it. Looks like a kind of cathedral in the background. It's just sumptuous. Eight of Swords. Yep, we've just subdued the color palette a bit, but barely. It's barely noticeable. Nine of Swords. Flipped the woman and her moon. Ten of Swords. Oh yeah, this is very different. Taking away the human figure. Page of Swords. This actually is a more vibrant color palette, interestingly. Knight of Swords. Oh yep, just different color palette. Queen of Swords. We have flipped the image, and looks like we've done the same with the Knight of Swords. Sorry, the King of Swords. Then we've got to the Ace of Pentacles. The emblem in the center has changed, along with the color palette being slightly different. Oh, the Two of Pentacles is completely different. Wow. Three of Pentacles. It looks like, yeah, there's stuff inside these, I don't know, pieces of jewelry or plate, so I'm not really sure what they are, but there's now things inside them. Four of Pentacles. I think she's used this model before in another card in this deck. Oh, Five of Pentacles. That's completely different. Looks like some of these new cards, reworked cards, I suppose, have just removed the human figures entirely. Yeah, like here in the Six of Pentacles, we've lost a human figure, and instead we have a marble statue. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, completely different. But it's definitely a very watery deck. But, you know, water can be very shadowy. And we've lost our, I guess there's Sekhmet. Yeah, that's quite different, this Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. We've just done a flip on this one. Ten of Pentacles. What's different about this? Just the color palette. And then the Page of Pentacles. It's the same symbol in the sky, but everything else is different. And our Knight of Pentacles, he's flipped, and his landscape in this one is different. And our Queen of Pentacles, is anything different, or it's just a different color palette? Looks like a different color palette. And the King of Pentacles, again, flipped in a different colors. Ace of Wands, exactly the same. No, flipped. That's flipped. That's flipped and slightly different, subdued. Oh, Two of Wands is completely different. Yeah, she's taken away a lot of people from this, actually. Three of Wands has gone from two figures to a single figure, and that might even be a statue. It's hard to tell. Four of Wands. Yeah, again, we've lost our figures. I quite like this Four of Wands. The Five of Wands here is very, very different. Six of Wands, again, completely different. We've lost our human figures and replaced with a statue, but we've still got is that a cobra? Possibly. Seven of Wands. Oh, is that the Ark of the Covenant? I'm not sure, it might be. Eight of Wands. It also, I feel like there's a lot less of the Egyptian kind of imagery in here. Nine of Wands. Yeah, very different. Ten of Wands, and I feel like there's less Egyptian imagery and more like Greco-Roman imagery. Oh, this Page of Wands is very different. Knight of Wands, oh, completely different. So it looks like she's kept the kings and queens pretty much the same. Again, just flipping and a bit of difference in the background. Sorry. King of Wands. Here we go. And here's our bonus cards. All right. So So shadow work. Shadow work, that's completely different. I love this. Just adore this new shadow work card. And then Divine Wisdom, yep, looks like same but flipped, yep. And then Moonchild, oh, that's completely different. I really love this new one. Look, in conclusion, I've got to say, as I've already mentioned, the Moonchild is one of my favorite decks, but I'm loving these changes. Yeah, it is a shame to lose some of those human figures that make the Moonchild quite an interesting deck, but I really enjoy, I mean, it shuffles exactly the same as the other one. I've not shuffled it yet because it's brand new, and I wanted to do the unboxing comparison side by side before I worked with it, but I've been desperate to work with this deck. It's just, yeah, I love Moonchild. It's, you know, I would grab it if the house was burning. I mean, I'd grab the dogs, obviously, but you know, it's one of my ride or die decks. And I just love Danielle Noel's work. I follow her on Instagram, and her photos are just gorgeous. She's been to some amazing sacred sites, just some amazing places over the years. She's been to France recently and been to some of the sacred waters there, and just, all right, let's see what card is coming. Oh, we have, and because they're so new, they're still kind of sticking together. Oh, the King of Swords, all right. Let's see what the book says. The swords, I've opened to the right section. So the book seems quite similar, and from a surface level. Oh, I've turned to the wrong page. The King of Swords. Let's have a read of this. King of Swords lives by a code of truth and honesty within the space of his domain. Here, his forest is encoded with the dynamic air element, as also seen in the correlating symbol in the top right corner. His iron swords mark a stance of authority and power. And then the keywords are reason, logic, authority, analysis, honor, strength, inquiry. How can I align with my own logic and intellect? How am I standing strong with my own principles? I remain impartial and open. I collect information and use it as power. So here we go. Let's read the definition in the book. The King of Swords is an intelligent and decisive individual who approaches life with sensible logic. Often seen as a person of authority, they know exactly how to get things done and may include emotional expression and spontaneity from their lifestyle. Since they tend to be less emotional, their way of connecting with people they love may come from a rational thinking rather than sweet sentimentality. This type may seem harsh or insensitive, even though they rarely come from a place of negativity. Wow, this is so the opposite of me. The King of Swords is also very inventive and may be responsible for many of the scientific breakthroughs and engineering developments of our time. This card encourages us to think with our head as opposed to our heart, in being strategic and smart in our choices and planning. And then I'll read the reverse as well, because I just love the way she writes. Reversed. The manipulation of authority, intelligence, or power. This could reflect someone who is egotistical, cruel, or selfish, who takes things personally and expects the same from others. In another light, this card may indicate the need to be more firm, direct, decisive in personal convictions, a call for more organization and clarity to forge ahead successfully. Now, I just want to check, is it the same in this other book? Yep. Everything is exactly the same in the Moonchild, which is fine because the cards are identical except for reversed, so it does indicate that the symbol on the original Moonchild is on the left rather than the right, as the king is flipped. But it, you know, it makes sense to me, seeing as these cards, these decks are kind of mirror decks of each other. So I mean, if you love Moonchild like I do, and needing to do a bit of shadow work, I would highly recommend this deck. I just think it's gorgeous. I look forward to checking it out. And the gilding on the edge, I don't know if you can kind of see that, but it's like purpley gold. It's just sumptuous. It's just gorgeous. But I think, yes, these decks will live happily ever after in my collection. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this strange setup has kind of worked. I wasn't really sure how to do this because I didn't want to be trying to flip and hold, you know, cards to the camera, but seems to have worked okay. Hopefully visually it's worked okay. I will test the video before I release it into the world, but thank you so much, and until next time, many blessings.